How to balance a chemical reaction between sodium hydroxide and sulfuric acid. This is an acid-base reaction, so the products would be a salt, which is sodium sulfate, and water. To balance a chemical reaction, we first look for the sodium. Here we have one sodium atom as a reactant and two sodium atoms as the products. So we can balance the sodium atoms by simply adding 2 here. We then look for oxygen atoms. Here we have 2 oxygen atoms. We have 4 oxygen from the sulfate ion, but when balancing chemical reaction, the sulfate ion is treated as if it's one element. It's simpler to balance the chemical reactions this way, so we are not going to count the oxygen atoms in the sulfate ion. So here we have 2 oxygen atoms from the sodium hydroxide as a reactant, and we have 1 oxygen atom in the products. The sulfate ion here we are not going to count. We treat sulfate ion as if they are a different elements. It's simpler this way. So to balance oxygen, we can do that by simply adding 2 here. So we have 2 sodium hydroxide, which include 1 oxygen atom each, and 2 water molecules, which include 1 oxygen atom each. Then we look for balancing hydrogen atoms. Here we have 2 hydrogen atoms. We can write it here. Here we have 2 hydrogen atoms. We can write it here. And here in the water molecule, in the 2 water molecules, we have 4 hydrogen atoms. This means that hydrogen is balanced, 4 hydrogen atom, 2 and 2 hydrogen atom, which have a total of 4 hydrogen atoms. Great, so now we can start to see if our chemical reactions are balanced. So we say that we have 2 here and that we have 2 here. Okay, now let's look. We have 2 sodium atom in this side. We have 2 sodium atom product side. We have 2 oxygen atom, the reactant side. We have 2 oxygen atom product side. We have 4 hydrogen atoms from the reactant side. We have 4 hydrogen atoms from the product side. We have 1 sulfate ion from the reactant side. Here we have 1 sulfate ion from the product side here. So this means that we have equal elements and ions both sides of the chemical reaction. So this chemical reaction is balanced.